Okay, so let's find our seat. Maybe you want to lie down, or maybe you want to lie on your stomach. When we lie on our stomach, we can physically feel that diaphragm expanding. So sometimes if you ever want to really ground, sometimes that can be supportive to lie on the belly and feel that belly breathing pressing into the floor. So if you want to try that, you can try that. Or if you just want to sit today, you can sit as well. Whatever's going to support you in arriving in this present moment. Our Loving Kindness Thursday. As we drop into our space and drop into our breath and our body, maybe just imagining like if there were snowflakes falling, just imagine that as loving kindness. It's filling our space with loving kindness. If we were in a snow globe that somebody shook up, that loving kindness just flittering and fluttering all around us in our space. Every breath laced with loving kindness. Every movement flowing through loving kindness. Being completely supported and enveloped by loving kindness. In our next breath, let's breathe loving kindness to ourselves. And then release any tension on the exhale. Our inhale brings loving kindness to our group today. Exhale. Inhale, drawing in loving kindness for Jeannie. Exhale. Then your next inhale, loving kindness to whomever, whatever, or wherever. We exhale to drop into our sacred space. Maybe we bring hands to our heart space. Perhaps finding Lotus Mudra with the thumb and pinky pressed together, the index, middle, and ring fingers opening up to the heavens. And let's chant a single Om together, kind of marking the beginning of our movement, of our breath with movement, of our awareness with movement together. Let's exhale and draw the breath in. Exhale. Om. Feel that in your space. And maybe with your eyes closed, feel the vibration of Om in the body. And let's come right into a wide-legged child's pose. Maybe doing that with your eyes closed, moving through space with your eyes closed. Letting that heart connect and melt into the earth as we bring our palms down, or maybe palms up to the sky. But finding a child's pose and allowing this shape to ground us into the earth, ground us into this moment. Adjusting the shoulders so there can be a bit of effortlessness in the arms. Knowing that you need a blanket between the seat and the legs, and put it there. Let's inhale. And now exhale, reach the left hand forward and maybe bring the left hand towards the middle of your mat. And then sweep the right hand back. Maybe the right hand comes to the low back. Maybe the back of the hand rests with the palm of the sky next to that right foot. Press the left hand down. Maybe press the back of the right hand into the floor, into that low back. And I'm stretching the top of that right shoulder. And then relax that right hand and just let it be still. Relax the left hand. And on an inhale, sweep the right hand up above the head space. Place it where the left hand was. And then bring the left hand behind you or to that low back. Press the right hand into the earth. You could bring that left palm towards the sky. Breathe in and out. And then inhale, bring the left hand back in the front, so both hands are forward. And let's exhale, rock up so shoulders are over the wrists. And let's rock right back into child's pose. So just kind of rocking forward and back, kind of juicing up the shoulders. Maybe when you bring the shoulders over the wrists, you bend the elbows a little, then straighten the arms as you rock back. So we'll inhale, and as we lift the heart up, kind of bend the elbows, bring the shoulders over, and then straighten the arms as we go back. We'll do that a couple more times. Kind of juicing up the arm joints, going back and forth. And now let's rest in our child's pose. Arms can be forward, maybe the arms are stuck behind us. Grounding into the heart space. And now sweep the arms in front if they're not there already. And when you get your arms in front, let's walk both hands over to the right. Maybe stacking the left hand on top of the right hand. Pressing the hands into one another, opening up the left side body. On an exhale, walk the hands over to the left, stacking the right hand on top of that left, opening up the right side body. And then walk them over to the right again. So you can stack the hands or they can be separate, pressing the hands into the floor or into each other. And then exhale, walk the hands back to the left. Getting some lateral movement in the arms as well. And then bring the hands in front. If you have your blocks handy, let's find our blocks and either bring them onto the tallest side or low or lower, and then press the palms into the palms into the blocks. So now the hands aren't on the ground, but they're just lifted a little bit, opening up the under the arm area. Now inhale, lifting the shoulders up, lifting the sits bones, the hips up, bring the knees underneath the hips. And then walk back, coming into puppy pose, but puppy pose on our blocks. So noticing that heart going down. You might notice a stretch in the upper back or the arms. Sometimes when I do this on blocks, I like to offer a little sway. Just a little sway back and forth. Kind of opens up the tops of my shoulders, but also, I don't know, this kind of brings some buoyancy to my heart. Just a little bit of kind of laughter into the heart space, just kind of rocking side by side or side to side. And on your next exhale, let the breath go. Maybe you find some stillness. If you were rocking, lower the heart down as low as you can. And then inhale, glance up at the hands. You can walk the knees forward as you bring your shoulders up over the wrists. And now let's come into a forward fold. So you can move the blocks to either side of your mat. Step the feet forward. And then just hinge at the waist. And fold up, whatever feels right. And let's explore this with our blocks today as well. So maybe the hands come to blocks and we press the hands into the blocks. And we bring that forehead parallel with the legs. And then maybe coming into a half forward fold, you can press the hands into the blocks and kind of rounding the back as we press the blocks down. And now let's bend our knees and sweep the hands to the side and then lift the arms up. In our mountain pose, separate the feet maybe or bring them close together. But let's lower the hands now. Maybe we just kind of shake out those arms. We've kind of rotated and moved the wrists, the elbows, and the shoulders. So we can shake it out, get that blood flow. And maybe we bring our arms kind of into swimmers. So the right arm up or forward, up and back, and the left. Just back stroke a little. And then we're waking up that shoulder blades. And then you can start to go forward whenever you're ready to go forward. You might notice a little hip sway happens. And now on an exhale, let's find some stillness. Grounding through the feet, feeling the legs strong. Maybe tugging the pelvis, maybe even clenching the glutes. And then relaxing the glutes, relaxing the chest. Hanumanasana. Let the breath go, and we'll inhale to sweep the arms up. Bring the hands in prayer. Maybe the palms are apart, but ground that right foot down. Step the left foot back, and then ground that left heel, straighten that front leg. Setting up for our pyramid pose. Let's fold halfway. Ardha Parsutanasana. When you get that half fold, reach through the fingertips and feel you kind of shift the weight into that front leg and that front foot. And then kind of bring back, so bring the hips back and not reach so much. And just notice the difference in that leg. And then decide for yourself if you want to reach through the fingertips, extending out from the hip, or if you kind of want to bring those sits bones back and not reach so much. And now bend that front knee. Let's come into a crescent lunge. Maybe bring that left foot back. Inhale and reach for the sky. Let's bring our arms out and down. So reaching towards that back heel. So reach the hands behind you as if you were going to maybe grab the left heel. But we're just reaching back to send that energy back. And then sweep the hands forward. Our energy goes forward and up. Then exhale, lower that left knee, top of the left foot comes to the ground. Let's send the hips back. Toes point to the sky. Really nice, guys. And then exhale and surrender over that long leg. Ardha Hanumanasana. Breathe in and out. Another breath in. And now exhale, bending that front knee, sending the knee over the ankle, or maybe the knee comes past that ankle. Find your low lunge and then lower that left hand down, and we'll sweep the right arm to sky. Good twist. Nice, guys. And then decide for yourself if you want to reach that arm back, if you want to kind of make some half circles to get some movement in the shoulders, as if you're waving really slow to someone across the room. Nice job. And then next time that arm kind of comes forward above the shoulder, pause there. And then exhale, sweep the hand on the other side of the foot. So our foot is framed with our hands. And now drop that knee out to the side. Lower those hips down. So here's our lizard variation. Our left knee is down. That right hip comes out. And then maybe bring both hands on the inside of the foot. An option to either stay on the hands or maybe you come onto the forearms. It's kind of depending on where you're at today. can be sometimes more energizing to lift up and look towards the sky. Sometimes it's really grounding to bring the gaze to the floor. Just letting those fronts of the left leg open and the knee drop out. One more breath. Now exhale, come onto the hands. If you're on your forearms, bring that knee in. Pivot or bring the right foot back towards the middle. So hands are on either side of the foot now. And then we'll send the hips back and that foot forward. So now we're in our half splits again, our Hanumanasana. And breathe. And bow. And now bringing that left foot towards the right leg side of the mat and that right foot down, coming into gate pose. So the right leg is long, the left hip stacks over the knee. And then we'll rise up and away from the earth. Pretty nice. Let's bring those toes to the sky to kind of open up that hip a little bit. And bring our arms out. And then with our palms to the sky, flip both of them down. And now flip the left palm up, the right palm is down. And then the right palm up, left palm goes down, opening up the shoulders. And now flip the left palm to the sky, right palm down. And now reach towards the big toe. Stay in a T, but reach towards that big toe. And then hinge and send the right hand towards the foot and left arm to sky. Inhale. Exhale, let's windmill over to the left side, that left palm coming to hover the earth, or maybe it comes to a block or down, the right arm reaches up. And now if you want to bring that kind of half circle wave, opening up the shoulder, you can bring that in. Maybe you're sweeping like a paintbrush of loving kindness onto the canvas of your life, bringing it to all corners, all areas. And then whenever you're ready, rise up out of your Ardha Malasana back to our gate shape. Exhale when you get there. Nice. Now bring the hands to the heart. Now we're going to pivot the right foot down and pivot that left foot towards the back. Now the right knee comes down. We can bring our hands to the earth. Let's find tabletop. Knees under shoulders, hands over, or knees under hips, hands under shoulders. And let's drop the belly, lift the heart. And then round the back, cat. And then your own pace, guys. Who knows how many times you guys have done this before, but make it as if it's the first time. And just explore through the movement, explore through the transition. Maybe notice it somewhere that you've never noticed it before. What do your calves feel like when you do this? What do the backs of your ears feel like when you move through this? Do one more round of your cow and your cat. And find that neutral spine. And we'll kind of do what we did earlier, but we're just going to bend the elbows, but this time let's sway side to side. Elbows are slightly bent, fingers face forward, swing side to side. And now bring the shoulders over the wrists. If it's comfortable, bring the fingers to point towards the long edges of the mat, so the wrists shine towards each other. You can kind of bend the elbows, kind of sway side to side. Now find some stillness, bring that left hand under the heart, the fingertips face towards the left side of the mat. Maybe you kind of press into that hand and reach the right arm up, opening the forearm of that left arm. And if that doesn't feel good, just bring the fingertips to face forward. Just reach up. And then exhale, bring the right hand down, place the right hand on the earth, the fingertips face towards the right edge, lift the left arm to sky. And then bring the left hand down. And then the hands are underneath the shoulders. Bring the right knee in, step the left foot forward, and then step the right foot forward to forward fold. Exhale, Uttanasana. And bend the knees, rise up again. Hands to the heart. Really nice job, guys. Inhale. Exhale, grounding the left foot down. Step the right foot back. Just a little bit. Enough so we can straighten that right leg or that left leg and feel steady. Sweep the arms down to the ground. Point those fingers down, grounding our energy into the earth. And then notice we'll sweep our arms up. And as we exhale to fold, we're going to go halfway, hinging at the waist. And then explore that again. If you reach forward with the fingertips really far, or if you kind of keep the hip bones back, the elbows might be kind of more towards the foot or maybe past the foot. Explore the areas of the body that might respond differently if we reach forward versus kind of being back. Exhale. Now one more breath in. And bend that left knee just a little bit so we can fold over that leg. And you can always bring your blocks into this if you need to. Surrendering in our pyramid pose. Exhale. And breathe in. Breathe out. Now inhale, bend that left knee just a little bit to lift the heart in the chest. Put it onto the ball of that right foot and then lower that right knee down. And then bring that right knee back underneath the hip. Bend that front knee. Let's rise up into our low lunge. Kind of sinking that hip forward. Maybe that knee goes past the ankle. Find your low lunge. And then exhale, fold forward. Let's place that right hand on the inside of that left foot. And then the left arm goes up. And then maybe you bring that little wave into the shape. On your next breath, lower that left hand down on the inside of that left foot. So now the wrists are on, or both hands are on the inside of the foot, and then drop that knee out, dropping into that expression of lizard. Just maybe you're on your hands, maybe you're on your forearms. Nice job, guys. Maybe close the eyes. Notice the hands on the earth, the foot, the top of the foot. Just noticing your body in this moment. Breathe in. And then exhale, bring that knee in. Kind of come onto the fingertips to lift up. And then from here, let's send that left hip back, finding our half Hanumanasana. Ardha Hanumanasana. We'll surrender over that front leg. And press that heel down just a little bit to get a little more feedback in the back of the leg. Or just let that leg rest, just its natural weight on that heel. One more breath in. And exhale to lift the heart. Maybe come onto the fingertips or your blocks. Pivot that left foot down and the right foot comes behind us. And then when you're ready, we'll rise up, shoulders over hips, maybe arms out like a teeter on the hips or up to the sky. And ground. Nice, guys, really nice. When you're ready, open those toes to the sky. And feel that hip open. If it doesn't feel good, leave that foot down on the ground. And then we'll exhale over to the left. That left hand coming on the leg, the right arm reaching over. Maybe you do that little Back and forth, maybe you find some stillness. Nice, really nice, guys. And then we'll exhale, going over to the right. The hand can hover or it can come to the ground, and maybe you wave again. Our half garland pose, Hanumanasana. Try to keep those hips forward. And then when you're ready, lift those shoulders over the hips, bringing the arms out to the side. No rush to get there. Exhale, bring our arms together above the head and maybe draw them into the heart. You can also keep them lifted. Let's bring that foot to the ground and bring that left knee in. Let's bring our hands to our hips. With our hands on our hips, maybe close the eyes. And maybe we lean over to the right and then over to the left, swinging the hips side to side. Feeling our bodies move through space. And then bring our shoulders back over the hips, hips over the knees. Breathe in. And then exhale, let the breath go. Now roll shoulders up, back and down, extending kind of the front of the body. The front of the body feeling nice and long. And then bring your hands to our pockets, those back pockets, or that low back. Maybe we curl the toes under so the heels are lifted high. Let's press those hands or keep them kind of on that low back, on those glutes, and then send the hips forward, lifting the heart up and drop the head back. Here's our expression of camel pose. Dropping the head. Maybe you find the heels with the hands. And if you want, we'll come into this again so we can always bring our blocks. So whether your hands are just on your back or on your heels, we'll exhale, bring the hands to the back and the shoulders over the hips and the gaze is forward. Let the breath go. Let's fold the hands down to the ground, coming into puppy, stretching out that back that we just compress. And then rising up from our puppy, let's now bring our blocks beside the heels. Curl the toes under, and we'll do that again. And if that's not quite comfortable to come into your camel, then maybe you explore coming into your bow pose and you lie on your belly with feet to the sky and just reach for those feet. That's another way to try this. Otherwise, bring those blocks towards the heels, curl the toes under, hands in the back pockets or on the hips, press those hips forward, draw the chest up as if they were healing a balloon in the heart, shoulders back, and then drop the head, send the hips forward, exhale, throat to the sky. Maybe you find one block, then you find another. Opening the heart, yeah. One more breath. Exhale, bring that chin to the chest, and then one hand to the back, and then the other hand, and then strong back body, lifting shoulders over the hips. From here, let's bring our hands to the earth, but then step that right foot forward and send the hips back, finding our Hanumanasana. And after our camel pose, we might feel our Hanumanasana more in the back than we have before. Stretching out the low back. And that Hanuman, he was half monkey, half man, and he was completely devoted. He had so much love for Sita and Ram. So we can bring in that devotion to our practice to one another today. That love, that reverence for community. Let's exhale, bend the knee. If you shine the heart forward, dropping that left hip down. If you send the head back, throat to the sky. And then exhale, bring shoulders over the hips. We bring the right leg back, bring the knees to meet. And then send the left foot forward. We'll come into our half Hanumanasana over here. So left foot forward, leg is long, and exhale, surrender. Another breath in. Exhale as we let that breath go. Gently bring the head up, bring the shoulders up, bring the hands up. Then bring that left knee back to meet the right knee. Let's bring our knees super duper wide. And then bring the hands forward into our child's pose just where we started. Breathing in. And then let the breath leave the body. Let's inhale, lift the hips off the heels, walk the hands forward, come onto that belly. Come on the entire front body. Bring the hands beneath the forehead like a pillow. And let's come into our tree pose. So maybe that left leg stays long. And then bring that right knee out to the side, that foot just wherever it falls on the inside of that leg. And exhale, extend that right leg nice and long. Maybe wiggle out the hips, kind of swaying the hips. You can tap the tops of the feet to the ground, maybe wiggle the toes. And then bend that left knee out to the side. And then exhale, send the left leg long. Let your legs be long. Rest on your hands at the side of your face and your cheek. And when you're ready, rolling over onto your back. You're also welcome to stay on your belly. We'll come into Shavasana. So maybe you want to spin it on your back today. Maybe you want to be on your belly, on your front. The back of your head rest. Let your shoulder blades come into contact with the floor and just rest into the floor. Those glutes, maybe you can lift the knees off the ground and then extend through the heels, and those legs are longer than you even realize. And the calves and the heels rest. Thank yourself for being here and allow yourself this time to drift into rest, knowing that I've got everything taken care of. We can rest and then we'll come together for a meditation. Now we just integrate our practice. We integrate the energy of the community that we have here today. can tell yourself you're exactly where you're supposed to be. Allow yourself to be flooded with the peace that you are, your true nature, with time to flourish and bubble up in your resting pose. If your mind begins to wander, maybe chanting a single Om and allowing that vibration to hold you present. Now let's bring our awareness to the rise and fall of the belly. And as the belly falls, gently rolling over to one side and making your way to a seated position. When you get to that seated position, maybe covering up with a blanket on the legs to stay warm. And then drawing your awareness back to the rise and fall of the belly. And let's shift into our Nadi Shodhana Pranayama. That's our alternate nostril pranayama. So if you have your own practice, you can go ahead and start. If you're unfamiliar, you can do two things. You can do your alternate nostril, or you can just inhale for 6, hold for 2, and then exhale for 6 if that's easier. So if you don't want to do alternate nostril, just inhale 6, pause for 2, exhale 6. Otherwise, with your alternate nostril, you can bring your ring finger and thumb to either side of the nose. And we'll close the right nostril with that thumb. And then we'll inhale on the left side for 6. Close, pause, and exhale out the right for 6. Inhale right for 6. Pause, exhale left for 6. Inhale left for 6. Close, pause. Exhale right. Inhale right. Pause. Exhale left. Inhale left. Pause. Exhale right. Inhale right. Close, pause, and then exhale right, or exhale left. And let go of your Nadi Shodhana. Connecting to natural breath. Dropping into your sacred space of loving kindness. And saying out loud, or just to yourself, may I be filled with loving kindness. May I have compassion. May I have peace. May I be well. May I be filled with loving kindness. May I have compassion. May I have peace. May I be well. Thinking of someone that you hold dear, someone that you love, and send this out to them. May you be filled with loving kindness. May you have compassion. May you have peace. May you be well. And holding Jeannie in our space, sending loving kindness to her. May you be filled with loving kindness. May you have compassion. May you have peace. May you be well. Now maybe bringing into our space someone or an organization or an idea that doesn't align with us, with you have a challenge. And to them or that, just say, may you be filled with loving kindness. May you have compassion. May you have peace. May you be well. If you'd like, you can bring your hands over your heart, or hands in prayer. Maybe take this loving kindness into our world, which begins in our homes, in our own hearts. Such an honor to live another day with all of you. Let's exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. May all beings have peace and love.